All right, folks, welcome back to another episode of Carter's Country Cooking. Today we're going to be canning some fresh tomatoes from our garden. As you all know, inflation is hitting and prices of everything are rising. So when you can have a chance to save a few dollars, we plant these in our garden. So we'll use these and can them, then use them for spaghetti sauce or pizza sauce or anything that uses a tomato-based chili, whatever. Okay, you can see that these are regular garden tomatoes. They're not perfect, but these are kind that you want to use for canning. What we're going to do now is just put them in this boiling water. Here's a Roma tomato. We grew several varieties. We have Better Boys and Roma tomato. This is a Roma tomato. They work really well for canning.
And for sauces, they're like the best for sauces.
Well, we make the sauce from the canned tomato. That's how you get your good
Where's show them the
spaghetti
Better
sauce.
Boy?
This is a Better Boy.
That's actually a small one.
This is a small one, but the larger ones is already gone in. I found out for the purpose of canning, I've been canning for a minute, and I usually grow these eating tomatoes like Better Boy and Big Boys, and then I end up canning them because you get too many. As you can see, it's way too many tomatoes to just eat. But I started experimenting with the Roma, and I found out that they work really well for canning, really well. So I think in the future, I'll plant more Roma tomato plants than I did this year. I think we grow about 7.
But the only bad thing about Romas is they're so tiny. Like I feel like you would need like so many to be able to make a few cans of sauce.
Yeah, but they're so much easier to work with.
Are they?
Yeah, as you'll see in the future, in a few minutes. And we're gonna leave these in here. This is just regular water. We're gonna put them on high. We're gonna let them boil for a few minutes. When the skin starts splitting, then you know they're about ready. And we'll get back with you in a second. Okay, our tomatoes have been in this hot bath for about 5 minutes now, and you can see the skin is starting to split. Once you see that skin starting to split like that, you know it's ready. We put them in this ice water, cool them down. We don't need them cooking any longer. And you just start searching for the ones that are splitting. As they split, you take them out. There's one. That's split in. You know it's ready. There's another one starting to peel. Or you can just see the skin starting to peel. See how easy that peels? That's how you want it. And that one's still holding on to its skin. This one is ready. You see that? Look how easy it peels. Woo! Hot.
Yeah, that's so hot.
There's another one. This one is peeling. And I put them in this cold water bath to stop the cooking process because we're gonna have to end up, when you're canning them, you're gonna end up cooking them for about 40 minutes anyway. You kind of like still want to have pieces of tomato and not just mush. There you go. That one is ready.
When you get a chance, just hold one up that's already ready. Because you're moving a little quick so we can actually see.
You can see it's peeling.
Okay.
And you hold, see this one? This one is almost completely peeled while I was in the bath. See? That's your skin right there. Peeling off. Skin. I don't know about that one. Yeah, those take a few more minutes. Maybe a minute. Didn't take long. What I noticed about the Romans is that they usually take a little while longer for the skin to separate from the flesh. But once it does, it's a real easy tomato to work with. So we'll let these just sit and drink for a few more minutes, or a minute or two, and then we'll move on to the next stage and preparing them to be canned. Okay, our tomatoes finished the hot water bath. Right now we're going to cut them, skin them, cut them, and prepare to can them. Hey, can you hand me the recycle? This is our homemade recycle bin. And we put all the skins in there. As you can see, let me show you a little bit better. I'm gonna cut this one into fours. This is a real juicy job. So that's why I had a towel down here to catch the juice that's gonna come off this cutting board. As you can see, they're relatively easy to peel at this point. And you just want to get, the stem part off. That goes in recycle. Just get one cut in the bowl. One cut. And I'm gonna squeeze this one in the bowl. Now, if you want to dice them, you can, but it's a little bit more work, a little bit more labor intensive. And for our purposes, which we do a lot of sauces, spaghetti sauce, chili, we process them again after they've been canned. If you're making spaghetti, we take the seeds out. If you're making chili, you can leave the seeds in. As you can see, this is the process. Rinse and repeat. Just keep doing it over and over. There we go. Now, we've been doing those big boy and better boy tomatoes, and this is the different with a Roma tomato. You cut it right on the end, and you basically just squeeze it right out. Easy, real easy. Cut it right on the end, squeeze it out. Whole lot easier. In, squeeze it out. Peel, cut off the head, stem, slice once, and it goes. As you can see, picked up a lot of juice already. And that goes. Now right here we have about 2 quarts worth of tomatoes. Not a whole lot, but as the season moves on and you keep getting more tomatoes, it's just a way to preserve your food, because it's going to be way more tomatoes than you can eat. And it's nothing better than in January getting some fresh tomato sauce or fresh chili with the fresh taste of tomatoes.
So good.
Garden tomatoes. These ain't your store-bought variety. Cut that green out. And we're nearing the end of this process. And we'll move on to canning in a couple of minutes. All right. You know, we've already had them in the hot bath. We skinned them, we've cut them. Now we're in the process of canning them. This little tool works very well. Smaller wide mouth or something like that. And you take your tomatoes and you just scoop them in the jar.
Did you have to heat the cans first?
Yeah, you heat these cans first. You definitely, as you're heating up your water to can them, put your jars in there because you definitely want your jars warm. I've learned the hard way that putting a cold jar in that hot water is not a good combination.
You should have all might fit 2 quarts.
It may only be 2, but that's okay.
These tomatoes make the best spaghetti sauce ever. So good. I don't even remember what store-bought spaghetti sauce tastes like anymore because we make it homemade and it's so good. Maybe soon we'll do a tutorial on homemade spaghetti sauce.
You may want to put that in a quart jar.
No, that's gonna be too much for a quart.
Too much for a quart. I mean
A pint.
A pint jar. It's almost there.
Well, take some out of the other one. Take a few. So it'll kind of be like equal.
Okay.
Once you add the juice, you know.
You can put some juice in it.
Fill them up to the top. I like that juice in there anyways for my spaghetti sauce. I don't have to add any juice in it. It's perfect.
Okay. Now we are. Give me a paper towel, man. Now, these are the lids I use. I found out that these work better. There are other companies that make these lids. I'm not like an endorser of this, but these really work well.
Okay.
And good thing about canning tomatoes is that they have a high acid content and they seal really well. And what you might want to use is, again, some of this same company, citric acid, about a half a teaspoon per quart. This really raises the pH in your tomatoes a little bit, help them to seal. But generally, you won't have a problem.
Does it keep them fresh too?
Yeah, it keeps the color.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so just mix that in.
And that once again is the ball citric acid. Probably buy it at Walmart or Target or
Yeah.
grocery store or something.
Some people like to add a little salt. You can do that too. You add a dash of salt.
Top.
Stir it. Now we've wiped the lids to make sure that there's no residual tomato up there. Screw your lid down. You don't have to screw it tight, just finger tight. Put your lid on there, put the band on. Screw it down just finger tight. And the leftover juice, what I like to do with this is that I just strain it and have me some fresh tomato juice. Recycle.
A what?
Recycle. And throw these seeds in our recycle bin. And repeat. And you get yourself some fresh tomato juice. Good and refreshing in the morning. Add a little salt. Hot sauce if you're adventurous. I like it kind of spicy. And that's my little bit of tomato juice. All right, so now we're going to be off to the bath canner. The good thing about doing tomatoes is that you don't need to pressure can these. You can can these in a hot water bath. Just get yourself a hot water bath container. Pot. It's a relatively large pot. You'll see it in a second. And you just put these in there, and I think we let them go for like 40 minutes per quart. And if you got like paint jars, it's like 25 minutes. Okay, off to the bath canner we go. Well, now we're at the bath canner. Today we're bath canning on our back porch. It's August. It's hot. We're in the Washington, D.C. region. It's hot and muggy. And you don't want to have this canner running in your house for 40 minutes producing this kind of steam. And like I said, this is one of the bath canners that you can buy at Walmart.
Hold on before you put that on. Okay.
And you can see these are tomatoes. They're going in the hot water bath. That's why it's important to have the jars warm, because the shock of putting a cold jar in there will crack it. I can tell you from experience. Now I'm going to lower these down. Into the bath. Let them go for about 40 minutes, and I'll come back out and take them out, and we'll let them cool, and they'll be preserved. All right, folks, it's been 20 minutes on the 40 minutes in the canned bath, and this is the finished product. These are canned tomatoes. They will be used up throughout the fall and winter. And for all you folks who want to know what to do with your extra tomatoes, this is how we do it.